Then we read, right? So his brothers come, his mom and dad come, and then verse 2. Verse 2. And I call this, I don't know if the NIV did this on purpose. I actually didn't look at other versions to see if it does it in other versions. But in the NIV, the way it's written in Hebrew is kind of like, a play on words. So in the NIV, they make it 3 Ds. A whole bunch of other guys, 400 of them come. But we're told in verse 2 that they're one of the 3 Ds. They're men who are in distress or in debt or discontented. Did everyone see that? The 3 Ds. So distress can mean men come because they're stressed out physically. Maybe they're ill. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they're physically down. Or maybe it means they're emotionally stressed out and distressed. Or maybe it means they're spiritually in pain or distress. Or it could mean that they have the stress of life or they're in grief. That word can describe a lot of men, but these men are coming, and for whatever reason, the stress of life is too much, the stress of what they're going through, and they come to David. Then people come to David who are in debt, who are in financial bondage, who haven't been able to dig out the hole, or every time they get a job, they lose a job, and they can never get ahead, and they're in debt somewhat. Oh, by the way, people that are in distress come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. If you're going through emotional distress, spiritual distress, physical distress, grieving distress, whatever distress, go to Jesus. Debt, the debt of sin, financial headaches, whatever, go to Jesus. And then the third group was the discontented. The discontented. You know, it reminds me, I have gone through this phase. And this is a phase that God eventually drives everyone to. It's what's talked about in the book of Ecclesiastes by Solomon. Solomon is trying to find happiness in life. And so first he kind of thinks, I think money is the key to happiness. So he gets all this money, gold, silver, and then Solomon goes, that's not the key to happiness. It's vanity. I thought money would make me happy, and it doesn't. So I'm going to try pleasure. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to have women, parties. I'm going to try. And then after so long, Solomon goes, this isn't making me happy either. By the way, you just know the world out there, every college student, every adult, they go through these phases. Then Solomon says, I'm going to put myself into work. And he builds magnificent structures and creates all these things. He's like, wow, what he does. And then he goes, that's not making me happy either. I'm not feeling that inner fulfillment, that joy I'm looking for. Then he tries learning. I'm going to read. I'm going to study. I'm going to read encyclopedias. I'm going to read about the history. I'm going to study all kinds of things. But eventually he realizes this is all vanity, vanity. And then the conclusion is, it's God. It is God. All those men, they tried all those things and they discover it's God. It's where God's moving. And they come to David. Now, you and I might say, the losers come to David in the cave. They're all losers too. They're all running to the man cave. David's a loser. He lost everything, and he ran off to the cave, and now all these men are like,